What are you guys saying? Miss MTH says, hey, Rob, screenplay question, if I may. Is adding too many scene transitions considered amateur hour? I find it only increases the total page count. What do you mean? Scene transitions like cut to? You don't need that. You don't need cut to. Anyone worth their salt, just say, interior if it's a house, if you're opening scenes in a house, and then you get out, just go exterior. Here's the thing. Here's a screenwriting a rule. I don't know if it's in a screenwriting book, but as somebody who's both written screenplays, I've only had one of my screenplays produced and I directed it, but I read screenplays for a living for years. Here's the thing. Here's my rule of thumb. Here's Robbie's rule of thumb for screenwriting. If you're going to put something in your screenplay that is a decision that somebody else will make, like a cut to, because you don't get to say when the movie's going to cut to that. That's something that will happen when the director and editor decide it will. If that decision will ultimately be made by somebody else, forget about it. You don't need it in your script. So you don't say extreme close-up on ECU, no camera directions. Don't tell the director how to direct in your script. No, you have to have very evocative language and you have to paint a picture of what's going on. But that's because you're an awesome wordsmith and you're going to craft, you're going to have 4 sentences of description. That's all. 4 sentences. Don't write half a page of description. It's 4 sentences. Hopefully it's 2 sentences or even 1 sentence. Boo, 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 boo. Keep that reader engaged. But if you're doing things or saying things in your script that you as the writer and have no control over, like camera directions, no. Unless, of course, there's something intrinsic, like I'll give you an example. The script I've been working on, there's a scene when the 2 main characters, the 2 villains, the protagonist and the antagonist first encounter each other. They don't really meet. One person's on a TV screen and the other's in a waiting room. And the way I've set it up is as if I'm going to make this movie. I hope I can. But the characters look like they're looking at each other through the character that's on TV is looking outward. He doesn't know that he's being looked at, but the character that's watching him on the screen feels that our antagonist is looking at him. Now, you can explain there, well, because I wrote it because I want to direct it, but maybe another director, I'm not going to sell that script anyway, who cares? But if it's essential and you're trying to create like a mood, like maybe they do sense each other, then you could do that. But for the most part, don't put any kind of direction, can we push in? Don't do any of that bullshit. Take it out. And scene transitions are the same thing. You don't have to say cut to. Cares? Just write interior, exterior, establishing. That's all you have to do. Don't worry about scene transitions. And by the way, to be honest, if you're a great screenwriter, you don't have to have your script perfectly formatted. It helps. You should, once your script is perfect, then, but it's all about the content. And when you put too many things like cut to, people know you're an amateur. 2 Brads, 12-point courier on the cover. Maybe in bold for your title, maybe underlined. If you're going to go bold, don't go bold and underline. Just go bold. But that's it. Don't put bold and don't put by and then your name bold. It's just the title, 12-point courier, no pictures, none of that bullshit. And 2 Brads. That's it. 2, not 3. Say it with me now. 2 Brads.